For a moment, no talking, just coffee and a pipe. Take your time. This moment is yours. It is around midday when I step outside. The air is still mild for October, and the sunlight feels softer now, no longer sharp, but warm enough to reach through the cool air. I am back in my usual place, the chair by the table where the sunlight reaches just far enough to warm the wood. The garden is quiet, except for a few rustling leaves and the slow crackle of the fire I have built. This time, in my pipe, I have Hamborger Veermaster from Dan Tobacco in Lauenburg, Germany. The flakes lie neatly folded in the tin, pressed together like pages of a story waiting to be read. A little effort to separate, but that's part of the charm. The scent is gentle and grassy, with a faint sweetness that reminds me of dry hay in summer light. The fire beside me burns steadily, not with twigs, but with small pieces of split firewood I cut myself. The sound of it is low and comforting, a rhythm that fills the silence without asking for attention. I take the tin again, look at the folded flakes, and pack the bowl carefully. Each layer feels deliberate, each moment unhurried. The wind moves lightly through the garden. I use my lighter instead of matches, the flame bending with the breeze before settling over the tobacco. The first draw is cool and mild, the smoke curling upward in slow ribbons. For a while that is all there is, smoke, warmth, and quiet. The pipe takes a bit of effort to keep lit. The tobacco feels slightly damp, perhaps too fresh from the tin. Each time the flame touches the bowl, it smolders gently before fading again. I don't mind. It is my first time smoking this blend, and maybe it needs a little patience or a little time to dry before the next try. The process itself becomes part of the calm. Each relight, another small pause to enjoy the moment. As I sit, the name of the tobacco drifts through my thoughts. Hamborger Veermaster, the old shanty sung by sailors from the north. I remember hearing it once, a slow, proud tune carried by voices that had known both storm and stillness. It is said to tell of a ship and its crew, of wind and salt, and the long rhythm of the sea. The same patience, perhaps, that lives in this pipe, steady, deliberate, and never in a hurry. The sound of the fire softens as the logs settle. Smoke rises lazily into the pale afternoon air, mixing with the thin trail from my pipe. The garden smells faintly of autumn leaves and wood smoke. A bird calls once from the hedge, then everything is still again. Time stretches quietly here. The world outside moves on, but in this small corner, nothing demands to be done. I watch the ember in the bowl fade and glow again, the simple pulse of it steadying the mind. A car passes on the road in front of the house, and even that sound feels distant. There is a moment when everything aligns. The warmth of the sun on my sleeve, the slow rhythm of breath, the faint taste of Virginia leaf balanced between gentle sweetness and a grassy depth. It is not a grand feeling, only a quiet one, but it feels enough. I think of the sailors who once sang as they worked, the verses rising and falling with the pull of the ropes. Their song carried patience too, the same slow courage that fills the pauses of an ordinary day. Perhaps that is what draws me to this blend, to this quiet ritual in the garden. The fire burns lower, leaving soft red light beneath the ash. I tamp the last of the tobacco, take one final draw, and let the smoke drift away. The tin rests beside me on the table, its lid catching the light. The afternoon carries on as if it never noticed me sitting here. Take your time. This moment is yours.